Hey, what's up? I'm the Zim. This is the Zim video. Thanks for joining. This video is going to be a review-ish idea of a few projectors, so hopefully it's helpful and informative. A little backstory, so you get the context I'm giving this review in. I am a graduate student at San Diego State University. Currently, 2020 we're in. It's March 14th. It's actually my birthday today. And I'm recording videos. I've been using video in a lot of my art making process these days, and in grad school I was encouraged to project the videos rather than show them on like a computer screen or a monitor because it gives it a different context and stuff. So I got introduced to using projectors through this process. It hasn't been too long. It's been about less than a year. I'll say 5 months of kind of this idea of using projectors. And the first projector I got to use was one that I borrowed from the school as an older projector, and it was the Epson PowerLight 821p, which worked pretty well, but it was an older projector, so it didn't have an internal. One thing it didn't have was an internal media player, and then the connectors were all older, so I'd have to use like either a computer or laptop or a media player and get converting. Like, it doesn't have HDMI or anything, so there's just a lot of friction between the media and the projector. So I was like, well, I need to let me buy a few of my own and see what I think about them. And in this video I'll probably throw like the unboxing type experience on the screen while I'm talking about them. I bought 3 different projectors, which you saw in the title of the video, and I just want to tell you my experience with them so far, and I'll probably be comparing them a lot with the Epson, the other one. And that one's, I don't know what year it was made, but according to the internet, it's worth, or what you can buy it for right now is about, this is $1,789.99, and so it's a decent projector. If that's still the price of it, that's like, okay, there's some technology, there's some ideas in that projector that make it cost more, along with the brand name. Obviously Epson's got a reputable name, so there's like issues like that. So let me talk about the 3 projectors that I bought and my experience with them. The first one we'll talk about is the Vankyo, V-A-N-K-Y-O Leisure 3 mini projector. It cost me $89.99, and that was with a small discount. I think like an $8 discount from a coupon that was offered through Amazon. All these were bought through Amazon. And that projector, the only redeeming quality of that projector was the fact that it came with a cool little carrying case. But other than that, like, it was complete garbage. The projector, the image quality was really, really bad. It was really grainy and pixely, and then also the just feeling it, the case, it's like the actual projector itself was really plasticky feeling, really felt like a toy. Not satisfied with that projector at all. I actually returned it the same day I got it. Just sent it back to Amazon and got my money back for it. So I do not recommend that projector, because the next projector is okay for a similar price. It was the Yaber portable projector. So there's a Yaber Y60, they call it. It's a small little projector. It was, in terms of comparison to that first projector I was talking about, the Vankyo, much better image quality, much better image quality. However, the biggest, for me personally, the biggest kind of frustration with it was that you have to use it just perpendicular to your surface. If you need to angle it, if you need to use any of the keystoning that you can do, if you have to angle it, it gets really fuzzy around the edges. So you have to have it just directly perpendicular to the wall that you're going to project it on. So if you want to mount it to like a ceiling or something and you want to kind of angle it down, it's not going to be as good of an image quality or something. And then also you really need a lot of, it has to be really dark to really see it. It says it has 5,000 lumens, and this is a thing, this is an idea I want to jump back to the Epson about. So even the Leisure one, what the Leisure one says, it's 3,600 lumens. This one says it's 5,000 lumens, and the next one I'm going to talk about says it's 6,500 lumens. However, the the Epson said it was 2600 lumens, and it has massively, like, so much better image quality and brightness in lower light settings than these ones do. So they claim that the 5000 lumens helps it see better in lower light, and maybe I just don't know enough about lumens. You can, if you're watching this and you know more about lumens and the technology behind them and why a projector that is older and way less lumens has massively better light image quality than these ones that claim to have a lot more lumens, I don't know. So you can help me find those, maybe post a link in the comments. But anyways, if you want to go economy, if you want to go the cheapest projector you want in comparison to these two, the Vankyo and the Yaber, definitely go with the Yaber. The Y60 is much better than that Vankyo. That Vankyo was terrible. They essentially all use the same like OS, the operating systems. When you put in your media player and stuff, they all like look exactly the same and function exactly the same, except they're just tweaked, like the font choice or whatever, or like the icons and fonts are slightly different, but the navigation and how it's set up are all exactly the same. So they're buying the same OS from the same place. So that Yaber Y60, much better than the Vankyo, but still not that great. Like, I don't really recommend it overall if you're looking for actually good quality imagery. And the other thing with all three of these projectors is you really need to be whatever size you want them to be. It's all determined on how far close you're able to put them to your wall. If you want them really big, you have to set them farther back. If you want them smaller, you have to set them closer up. And then these are not designed to be really close to your surface that you're projecting on. They want to be at least 5 feet away, but you have to actually physically move them. The last one I'll talk about is the Yaber Y30, and it's actually the only one I have with me right now. It's this one right here. It's fairly large considering the quality of it. Like, it looks and feels like it should be a lot better quality than it really is. And let me talk about some of the things that I'm having issues with that one again. So this one cost me, let's see here, it cost me $269.99. The Yaber Y60 cost me $103.99. So that $14 difference between those two smaller ones is worth paying if you really want to stay economic. But if you really want to get to a place of even better image quality, this Yaber Y30 image quality is significantly better. It handles the the keystoning a lot better, but it's still really restrictive in terms of light, like how much light you need in your room, or not need, essentially, like how dark your room needs to be to really see the image to the quality that you probably want. I mean, a lot of you may be wanting to use these in a setting where you're gonna be in a dark room anyway, like you want them for movies or video games. And for those reasons, they'll probably work out fine. However, for my purposes, I want to be able to project them in situations that won't necessarily be always completely dark, because it'll be a gallery setting or be an art setting where people need to walk around and see where they're going. So they need to be bright enough that doesn't have to be super dark to see, but also how and where they're set up, being able to adjust the size of the image based on where they're set up. So this Y30 has the ability to adjust the X and Y axis, but it's done digitally, and it's kind of frustrating because it's not done like in locked ratio, so you can't just go down and up. You have to do it twice. You have to do it for the Y-axis and the X-axis. I don't remember which one's which, but you have to do it twice. So if you want to shrink it in, or it starts at the biggest proportion. So you're only going down. You're only making it smaller. But then what happens once you make it smaller? It maintains a black border that's projected black light. Essentially, it's like part of the projection. It just doesn't make the whole lens projection smaller. It's done digitally, so it's not really that beneficial, because if seeing that black border makes it kind of look weird, not what I'd want. Where again, back referencing the Epson that I first used, it had on the exterior of the box of the actual projector, there was a manual dial that you could adjust kind of right next to the focus, that would change how big or small your projection was, which was amazing. It's like, and the research I've done, that's really, I don't know, most of the more consumer grade projectors don't have that function at all. Like, and I don't completely understand why they don't just put a second lens on top that you can adjust that size of that projection, because it's so much more convenient for my purposes to be able to set this up anywhere I want and adjust the size of it on the wall based on where it is, and not have to move it back and forth. So that's what I'm personally looking for in my next projector. I think I already told you the price of this one, and it was $269.99. So for that price, you're getting a much better image quality, but you're still really limited on the function, like what you can do functionally with it. And the other thing that's a little bit frustrating with all these projectors is there's only so much you can access through the buttons that are on the surface of the projector. You have to use the remote to access all the functions. So it's like split between the buttons on the projector and the buttons on the remote, which doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if you lose the remote or something, you're kind of like, you can't access everything that you need to for the projector. So I personally put a Velcro dot on mine so it'll stay there. But that's one thing. Again, with this Yaber as well, this Y30 projector, it's also it's not very clear how to focus the lens on front. You just grab this ring and do it, but it doesn't look like you should, and it's a bit tighter than it doesn't move super smoothly. There's no like grip marks or anything. There's no indication to really that's the way you should do it. So it's a little bit awkward when I first opened and trying to figure out how to adjust the focus, but that's how they designed it. So I don't know. Let me sum this up real quick. Best uses for all these projectors is very, very home-based use. You're looking for economical ways to have a projector, but you're maybe not overly concerned with the best image quality, and you don't need it to be in any kind of, you're able to make all your light extra dark. I don't recommend the Vankyo projector at all. I would say spend 10 to 20 more bucks and get something a little bit better, like the Yaber one, the Y60. But and then as far as the leap up, paying another $200 for something a little bit better, you're not really getting that much more. Maybe a little bit better image quality. And then again, I still don't know what the technology behind lumens is that makes something that was older with way less lumens way better than something that's newer with way more lumens still not project that well in low and brighter light situations. So maybe you can help me with that. But that's my review, kind of thoughts of these three projectors. Hopefully it's helpful to you. If you have any more specific questions for me, please hit it up in the comments and I'll definitely get back to you. But until next time, be loving, kind, and patient, and I'll talk to you again soon. Peace.